Happy Tuesday, everybody. Gary, how are you? Having a good day? Andrea, hello. Seeing you wave. Welcome, welcome. Karen Weatherford, got to see you smile, please. Fantastico. That's a great smile. All right, welcome everybody to the Tuesday night RRR247 and direct consumer call. It's our big night, and I'm happy to see 126 people already on early. That's fantastic, and a bunch more over there still trying to get in. Tuesday night, you guys, if you're brand new, I want you to pay attention to this. Tuesday night's the most important night of the week. Karen, and Linda, Shar, Dina, some of the other faces I've seen here have heard me say this 4,116 times. Tuesday night is the most important night of the week. Why is it the most important? Because every big announcement that orientating need to make to help you build your business, to protect the house, to implement a tool, to add a product or service to your page that they just added so you can get out there, start marketing it, making money and grow. Everything important to your business is going to be announced on Tuesday night. Everything you need to control your rate of success, your rate of growth is going to be announced, launched, talked about on Tuesday night. Never any other night of the week. This is the one night that you must not miss because it's going to be something different every week. You get to meet new parts of the leadership team every week. And if Roy and Tanya are going to make an announcement, add something to the system to help you build, help you grow, help you hit your goals, it's always going to be Tuesday night. Now, we'll train deep on that, excuse me, on Saturday. The announcement will be made on Tuesday. You never want to miss any of that. Don't be that story. Throughout the years, I've seen a couple of people who took 3 or 4 Tuesday nights off, and then they logged in on the 4th one and heard us talking about something we added and how fast it's growing and how well it's doing and how much fun we're having with it. And they felt really, wanted to kick themselves. They missed out. Don't be that story. Don't let that happen to you. I don't know if it's going to happen this Tuesday, next Tuesday, or 5 Tuesdays from now. Something big is going to be added, launched, given to you, announced, and you don't want to miss that. What else happens on Tuesday night? Probably my favorite part, because we got to see if Ohio and Florida gets the sound off or not. It's kind of a little competition between Linda and I to see who gets more excited. So we get to meet all the new family members every Tuesday night, too. Somewhere between 10 and 30 brand new people every single week. 10 to 30 brand new people. That is a fantastic growth record, right? And those kind of things are only happening because we're doing everything right. Everything that you need, decades of experience poured into one system to make sure that you have everything you need and wipe out every friction point that stops people from succeeding in this industry is taken care of. It's all here. Everything you need is here. The only thing that's not here is your personal drive, your ambition. How bad do you want it? Are you going to follow the directions? Not reinvent the wheel? Are you not going to make that one mistake anybody can make, and that's give up on yourself and quit? As long as you don't make that mistake, and as long as you dive in and be the best student you can be, learn this system and put forth the effort and follow the steps, you'll get to wherever it is, whatever goal you set. You'll hit that goal and you'll set a new one. And that's how you keep building. And that's why Rory talks about legacy income. We are here building something for life. We're here building something that we can pass on to future generations. We're here building something solid and beautiful that we can achieve whatever we want to achieve, but hand off to one of our kids or probably one of our grandkids. My kids are getting grown now. By the time I retire, it'll be one of my grandkids. But they'll be old enough by that time. Actually, maybe one of their kids might be old enough by that time, because I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. Linda, Shar, you plan on retiring anytime soon? I don't think so. Yeah, so those, as long as you tap into all that, you can achieve whatever you want. And that's why we're growing at the pace that we're growing. And every Tuesday night, we get to meet a lot of those brand new students. So now's your chance. I'm going to say, if you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night, click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say your name and don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, please, and welcome to the call.
Bill Casey, New Jersey.
Bill, New Jersey. Welcome, Bill. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
Bill McClellan, Colorado.
There's something going on with the Bills. Bill in Colorado. Fantastic. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you.
Christina Schultz, North Carolina.
Christina in North Carolina. Welcome, ma'am. Glad you made it.
I've been on several weeks ago, but my name is Patricia and I'm from Florida.
Where?
Florida.
Florida's in the house. Fantastic. Welcome. Thank you, Patricia, and we're glad you're here. Welcome. Who else?
Rick Snyder in Montana.
Rick from Montana. Good to see you again, Rick. Glad you're here.
Glad to be here.
Where are you calling in from, Robin?
Holland, Michigan.
Michigan's in the house. Thank you, ma'am. Glad you're here. Glad you made it.
I'm Maria from Georgia.
Georgia's here. Fantastic. That's almost Florida, but it's Georgia. Welcome, Marie. Glad you're here.
Hi, this is Linnell from Texas.
Texas is here. Welcome, Linnell. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
Hello, this is B from Alabama.
B from Alabama. Fantastic. Welcome, B. Glad you made it. And the next person's going to make my story true somewhere between 10 and 30 every single week. Who has a chance to say hello? Go ahead.
Blaine Quintana from Oregon, this second time around. Thank
Blaine
you.
from Oregon. Welcome back, Blaine. Glad you made it. Welcome to the call. Glad you're here. All right, so let me go ahead and just announce one more time. Welcome, everybody. You're in the right place at the right time. The RRR247 and direct-to-consumer conference call, our team call, our office meeting, Tanya calls it. It's our everything call because everything big that's important to you is announced, talked about, taken care of on Tuesday night. So write this down if you're new. Blaine, everybody, B, everybody, never miss a Tuesday night call. Every big announcement is going to happen on a Tuesday night. Anytime Rory and Tanya are going to add something to the system to help you build, to help you make more money, to help you hit your goals, to help you spread the word, and to help you reach out and help other families. It's always going to be added on a Tuesday night, never any other night of the week, always Tuesday night. That's why you never want to miss that. Plus, we have our great thing that we're doing here lately, the last several weeks, probably 18 or 19 weeks now. We've been able to introduce and let you meet the rest of the leadership. And we're going to continue that. I'm going to introduce somebody great to you guys tonight. We've got a lot going on here, but Tuesday night is where all the big announcements that you need for your business. But we also get to hear from all the brand new people, like you heard from those 11 so far. Welcome to the RRR247 Direct Consumer Call. If you're brand new, hit the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello. This is Linda from Louisiana.
Linda
Mary from New York.
Mary from New York. Welcome, ladies. Glad you made it.
Sheila Gilbert from North Carolina.
Sheila from North Carolina is in the house. Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you made it. Thanks,
and Ryan Johnson from Montana.
Ryan Johnson from the great state of Montana. Fantastic. Welcome, Ryan. Glad you made it.
Reginald from Jacksonville, Florida.
Reginald from Jacksonville, Florida. Did you say? Fantastic. Yes. It looks like Florida's winning the Florida-Ohio race tonight. Although I love seeing all the states represented. I love the little friendly banter that Linda and I get to have, watching everybody grow and seeing Florida and Ohioans. How do you say that?
Montana's really represented.
Yep.
There is somebody here that can unmute. Martha from Ohio.
Martha from Ohio. Thank you, Martha. You made Linda's day, and we're happy about that. Welcome to the team, and glad you made it.
I'm Rebecca from Georgia.
Rebecca from Georgia. Welcome, ma'am. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Anybody else?
I'm Julie. I'm from North Carolina.
Julie from North Carolina. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you. I'm originally from Ohio.
Originally from Ohio. Okay, we'll count that.
Sold.
You made Linda's day. Good job.
I think North Carolina has taken the lead, I believe. You might want to double check that.
Oh, girl.
I keep tallies. I can't write the states that fast, Christina, but I think it's pretty close anyway.
It's a beautiful state, for sure.
It's a beautiful state.
Mhm.
I've been all up and down through North Carolina. I love it. All the Carolinas, I should say. South Carolina is equally beautiful. Everything on the East Coast is beautiful to me. All right, so last call. We got to get going. If you're brand new, haven't had a chance to say hello, do so now. Hit the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hold down the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget what state you're calling in from. Welcome to the call, and it's last call.
Barbara from Kentucky.
Who?
Barbara from Kentucky.
Welcome, Barbara. Glad you made it.
Hello.
Now, please welcome my new student, Denisha from Louisiana. She is frantically trying to get through, so I told her I'd go ahead and introduce her.
Denisha from Louisiana. Welcome. Fantastic. We're glad you're here. And Jackie's glad you're here. We're all glad you're here. Welcome to the team.
I'd also like to introduce my new student, Linda Hernandez. She is also from Louisiana.
Wow, something's going on in Louisiana. We got to figure this out. Welcome. Glad you made it. Esmeralda, you want to say hello? Where are you calling in from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey's in the house. Thank you, ma'am. So nice. All right, if there's nobody else, I'm going to hit some buttons so we can get started. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, this, that one. Hosts can still unmute themselves. Fantastic. Here we go. All right, welcome everybody. That was 23 brand new team members, and I'm sure there's 2, 3, 4 more that are a little shy, but 23 brand new people joining the family, joining the team again. Like I said, every single week, somewhere between 10 and 30 new people joining the team. And in a few weeks, we popped well over 30, I think, Linda, at least a few weeks, right? But somewhere between 10 and 30 every week, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Welcome to all of you. You're in the right place at the right time, and it's a very exciting time right now, too. There's so many great things happening. You couldn't have come and joined this team at a better time. So for all the new people, especially the Floridians, my name is Niall. I live in Central Florida. I'm surrounded by a ton of lakes, which is most of Florida, but I'm in Central Florida, not too far from the Magic Kingdom. I found it home here. I'm absolutely fell in love with it, and I think I'm going to stay here for a while. I've been in Florida since 2005. I started in North Florida, went to South Florida. Now I'm in Central Florida, and I think I'm really into it. I love to fish. As 9 times out of 10, you see me, I'll have a real life shirt on, because that's one of my other pastime, outside of working in this incredible business. I've been in this industry for 34 years now. I've worked with the Ricords for 30 of those 34 years. I know them very well. We've hung out, we've traveled the world. Everywhere we go, Roy and I find a way to charter a boat, even when we don't think we're gonna, even when we weren't planning it, like last time. We ended up chartering a boat. We get out there and we wet a line, because that's what we love to do. We love to fish. You're going to see an analogy used in this industry a lot that has to do with fishing and helping you build your business. And I want you guys to just think about that. And when you read it and you see it and you hear it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I've worked with them for 30 years now, traveled the world, celebrate holidays together. I know their kids. They know my kids. They call me Uncle Niall. My kids are a little bit older, or they probably would call him Uncle Rory. I'm pretty sure. But it's just a great thing. After working 3 decades with somebody, you get to know them very, very well. And we just, I think we're kindred spirits. And from day one, when I met him at the telephone company he was working for to put voicemails out, we hit it off and built a good relationship. A few months after that, I got to go to Miami, meet him, shake his hand, look in his eyes, see what a real human being he is and how down to earth he is and how much he cares about every word that comes out of your mouth. Patricia, he's one of those people who look you in the eyes the whole time you're talking to him, because he really wants to hear every word, right? He wants to know your story. He wants to know what he can do to have a positive impact in your life. I knew that day that he was one of those good guys that I wanted to know for the rest of my life. And it absolutely worked out that way. A few years after meeting him, I got to fly out west to meet his wonderful wife, Tanya, our co-founder. And, you know, when I got into the house, I met this young lady. Ready for this? She's raising 7 kids. 6 of them played football. I had one that played football, and it was a mess. One played football, one played volleyball, one was a cheerleader, and I thought that had me busy. She was running several businesses and raising 7 kids. 6 of them played football, and helping Rory get this all put together, get it off the ground, helping him train everybody, helping him stay organized. And she knows how to stay organized. She's one of the most organized people I've ever met in my life. She plans every minute of every hour of every day of every week, 2 years down the road, and it goes off like a hitch. She has spent time with me, Linda, Shar, any of the leaders you hear. When we say, you gotta be careful when you say it in front of Tanya, because when you say, I wish I had a few more hours in the day so I could help more people, she'll take your day apart, rip it up, and build it back, put it back together, and find you 2 more hours. And you wonder, how did she do that? But she did do that because she knows how to organize. She knows how to run a business and, you know, just be as efficient as you can in whatever hours you do have. It doesn't matter if you're here part-time and you only got 3 or 4 hours a day, or you're retired and you got 8 or 10 hours a day. Is what you do in the hours that you have is all that's important. Follow the steps, follow the training, put forth the effort, and whatever time you have, and you will hit your goals with this industry because they have put together something that is incredible. 30 years of experience to put in the pieces that we all know that have been around for a while you need to be successful. All the things that normally hold people back, Rory calls them friction points, right? Those friction points have been eliminated. They're out of the way. He solved all the problems. He solved everything. Tanya knows how to, she's his support system to make sure that he can do all the wonderful creative techie things that he knows how to do. Together, those two are a power couple like no other. I'll say this one last thing. Jim Rohn told me something at a seminar. He said the definition of legends, the true legends on this planet are people who find the ways to help the most other people. That has stayed with me for almost 3 decades now. But to me, that's the definition of Rory and Tanya. Every day, thinking about more ways to help more people. And I'm very proud to be a part of it. I've had a great life because of this industry. I raised my kids. That's all they know is dad being home. And my youngest one, who's now 31 years old, has been self-employed since he's 9 years old. He's never had a job in his entire life, and he never will. Because he's seen dad home taking control of his life and living the dream, and that's what he had. So even when you don't think they're paying attention, right? And those seeds were planted without me even having to, you know, plant them or lecture or do anything, because he watched and he learned and he grew and he's been self-employed. He started cutting grass when he was 9 years old. He's out in the neighborhood cutting grass, making money as a 9-year-old. I thought, wow, I didn't make my first dollar until I was probably 12, 13, 14 years old, somewhere in there. The kid's, he's amazing. And I count my blessings every day that he was born to us, and he's my son. That's how I feel about him. But anyway, I was home all the time. I went from the dad who was never around to the dad who was always around. And that's why I said I got to go to every football practice, every cheerleading practice, every volleyball practice. When a high school needed a bowling coach, because 2 of my kids wanted to be on the bowling team, I jumped in and became the bowling coach of the high school. Why? Because I could. I had financial freedom and I had time freedom to be able to spend all the time I wanted with my kids. And that happened because of this industry, not because of the construction industry I came from, not because of the aviation industry I evolved and went into, but because of this industry. 34 years ago, I walked away from my job. I've been here ever since, and I love everything that I do every single day. And today, we have a system that is just mind-boggling good. What the Ricords have implemented and the tools that they put in here to help you are amazing. And you're going to learn more and more every single day. But just make this promise to yourself right now. I'm going to be the best student I can be, the student of this industry and the student of this system that we're working. And then never make that mistake I talked about earlier, giving up on yourself and quitting. As long as you don't make that one mistake, all the other mistakes are forgivable, overcomable. Is that a word? You can overcome them easily. Mistakes help you learn. Just never give up. And don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just follow the system and follow the steps and use the tools that are put in front of you. So I've been here for a long time, but let me explain a little bit how this works. As you get involved, you become, you're an online marketer. You're building your site and you're taking the products and services that we have out to the world. And you also start to build your teams of students underneath you through our Acre offers. And as you're building teams, you move up through the ranks. You become an instructor in training. Then you become an instructor. Then you become a certified instructor. Then you become a GSI, gold instructor, system instructor. Then you become a PSI. And then you work your way all the way up to MSI. When you hit the MSI level, and you're looking at 4 or 5 of them on the screen right here, right now, Linda, Shar, Stacy, I see a few others, and a few that are close and on their way up. When you hit MSI instructor, master system instructor, that means you've been around for a while, you know what you're doing, you can answer the questions, you know how to do the work, you're building teams, you're teaching them how to do the work, you're teaching them how to develop the leadership skills inside themselves to start building their teams, build this residual income, and start building that legacy business that Rory's always talking about that we can pass on to future generations. Those MSIs are people who really have bought into the dream and the vision that Rory and Tanya had, and the system and this opportunity that we can take to the entire planet. Every country on every continent around the globe, until we find every family that needs a hand up, every retiree that needs a little extra, and give them the system to accomplish that and live a better quality of life. That's what we have in front of us. And those MSIs have all tapped into that. I've met almost every single one of them, guys. And I had to write notes on this one, not because I don't know this person, but because there's so much that I know about this person. I wanted to keep it down to just a little bit and the highlights for you guys and not take away from her story much. Right? So she's not just an MSI that's built her system. She's an MSI that says, what, you need help with that? I can help. What, you need help over there? I can jump over there and help. She's an MSI and she's a great human being that likes helping other people, especially if it's involving IT work, because that's kind of her background, but I'll let her share that with you. But honestly, she's a sweetheart, a kind soul. She's always been my fresh air partner to go outside and get some fresh air at all the trainings, right? She's my hallway stretch partner. When you're sitting in a chair too long, you got to head out in the hallway for a couple of minutes and just stretch your legs and stretch your arms. We usually met out there because we're both stretching, right? She's also more of the Florida leadership because she lives here in the great Sunshine State with me, but she also helps out with the memes. Many of you know Shar. You get those memes delivered to your inbox every month, every time they're delivered, and that's because of Shar. Shar seen an opening, Shar seen Rory and Tina needed help, and she jumped in and gave them the help that they needed. And I got to say, that program is running very smooth, Shar. So obviously you're doing something right. You might know a little bit about that kind of work, right? But I love this lady. We greet and hug every time we see each other because we both go to all the events. What do I want to say on here? Oh, Shar. Some of you know we got married back in April, right? And Shar was the go-to person for Dina and I to say, we need some wedding decorating ideas. Shar, we don't know what we're doing. We're not decorators. We need decorating ideas. And she gave us a lot of great ideas. She sent us pictures. She sent a lot of stuff that helped us make the decisions on what we needed for decorating. And she completely took it over because we said, Shar, please, we need your help. And she said, I'll be happy to do that. She made the decorations for all the chairs. She made the decorations for all the tables. She made Brittany's bouquet. She made all the boutonnieres. She made everything that made that wedding look special. That's the kind of friend and the kind of person that Shar is. So she's a friend for life, obviously, but your family for life, Shar. So it's my pleasure to introduce all you guys. One of our MSIs, and I get to say this almost every week now, one of our MSI extraordinaires, and I'll let you tell your IT background. Shar, love you. Can't wait to hear your story. I know a lot of these people are waiting to hear it too. Microphone's yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Niall. Those of you who know me, you know I'm a sensitive person. So if I, stumble a little bit, that's because I have a lot of family here and I love you all. And have I got a bouquet story to tell you, eh, Roy? I won't go into that right now. Remember, Linda? Yes.
But it's beautiful. It's still hanging over there.
Yeah. Okay. So, I've been here 6 years already. It's hard for me to believe, but 6 years. Yeah. Right after I know Stacy's been here. She was here a little bit before me, and Sheila was a little bit before me too. So, I'll just get right into it. I'm married. I have 3 adult children. Oh, before I start, I'm not a very good speaker. I just want to let you all know that I had to put some notes. I'm going to call it my teleprompter. There've been enough conventions and speeches around. Just pretend I'm on a teleprompter. Okay, here we go. It just makes it easy for me. I don't want to miss my place. So if it sounds like I'm reading, I am. Okay. I have 3 adult children. And also 3 grandchildren, 2 boys and a girl. Both of my girls' families still live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Waterford. That's where I grew up. And my son Ryland, who is the youngest, is a boy. He's going to be turning 25 this October, which will be his last month of 7 years of active duty in the military, in the Navy. So, I mean, I can't believe it's been that long already. First time I actually met Rory was in Chicago when I won a trip for a previous anchor competition that we had. So I was actually able to go up there and have the festivities with Rory. And I actually got to see my son, who was just getting out of boot camp at the time. So he actually got to meet Rory up there as well. So it was, he actually said that Rory was a awesome, cool dude. So we had some fun and it was great. And it's funny how it all perfectly timed out that I was actually able to go to this event, meet Rory for the first time, and actually see my son. But I like to believe that it was also divinely planned that way. I don't believe in coincidences. If anybody knows me, everything happens for a reason, and sometimes we just have to deal with it and move on, find a way to make it work. I'm also very proud of each of my children. They've all become successful adults, considering what we've all been through, and I will touch base on that a bit later. When I review my life, if I had known my why, and I thank Tanya for making me find it because I didn't know what my why was. I believe I probably would have taken a different path. Although I also believe that the trials that we go through make us who we are. When someone would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would say, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Because honestly, I thought it was just a cute statement, meaning that I always wanted to stay young at heart. But it wasn't that at all. The truth was I really didn't know. I had no focus, no direction, and ultimately no purpose. I just did what I was told and what was expected of me because it was the way I was raised. As you grow up, you go to school, you get married, you have children, etc. But I felt I was just wandering with no clear focus or specific goals to reach for. So again, I thank Tanya because it all came together, especially when I'm just going to go off here, my notes. I actually really got to know Tanya when we had got to meet her in Waikiki Beach. That was another leadership retreat that we got to go to. Was it 3 years now? Does it seem that long? I think it has been. And until I sat down with Tanya and she reviewed everything with me, I found all this time. She was so good at showing and blocking, doing time blocking. So that's where I learned how to do time blocking. And I put everything on my planner. If my meditation in the morning, I even put my lunch and my time with my husband, because if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't get done. You check it off and you get it done. But I'm going to go back to my story. I couldn't have asked for better parents that gave our family a loving home and great work ethics. I have 3 sisters and a brother, and we were raised on a farm. We all had animals and garden, and that's where our food came from, and chores to tend to. So it did give us structure. I love agriculture and plants and flowers, and I even had a florist shop. It's where my florist came in for a few years, and I'm going to touch base on that a little bit too, because that's actually where I met somebody here. Delivering flowers because I always received a happy smile. It was pure joy for me, making someone else happy. So time moved on, and so did I. I was now probably should skip this part, but I believe someone probably needs to hear it. So I was going through divorce with 2 small children and on my own. And I wanted to be able to provide for my family and not depend on anyone but me, just because I needed to. So I went back to school, and I received my degree in computer science, programming, graphic, and website design, of all things. Who knew I was a techie geek farm girl? But that's who I was. When I was a child, I loved to push buttons. You can ask my mom, because I was always pushing her buttons, and she always teased me about it. So my first job out of college, I worked as a system developer for a large international corporation, which then decided to work. I love that job, but I decided to work closer to home because, again, it was a 45-minute commute. I was always commuting to find a job because there was nothing where I lived in the country. I accepted a position with the USDA Farm Service Agency as a program technician. So as you see, as I go through here, I go from agriculture to technology, to agriculture to technology, back and forth. So I worked for the government for 8 years, and then I was recruited by my nephew to open an insurance office that specializes in crop insurance for farmers. Since I was familiar with agricultural programs, it made sense for him to hire me. So I studied while I continued to work. I passed my test, then gave my notice. I really loved that job because I believe it added valuable growth to my career. Many of my customers were vineyards, and that's where I also learned about grape varieties and wine, which is very important here. Because we all love wine, right? The vineyards also became insureds with me, and I transitioned over to selling crop insurance. So I continued running that office for 5 years before my nephew, my boss was my nephew. Yeah, that was tough because I changed his diapers, and it was hard for him to be my boss, but I did, and worked through. So he told me he was consolidating and moving it to Florida, and that's where the family farm is, and that's how I ended up in Florida. And I am happy to call this my home. I only worked crop insurance for a short time before I decided to go back into the technology field. I worked as sales administrator, promoted to project controller scheduler. And then this is where the part that comes in that's most important. With my job, I was permitted to do research online with technology. So I was reading an online magazine, and one day I came across a story that hit home. It was about a woman who quit her full-time job, worked from home online. And something spoke to me. So I kept reading, clicking, and before I knew it, I was here. I brought myself in. I took a leap of faith, and I never hesitated. Rory calls me a self-starter. I brought myself in. And I was assigned an instructor, and this is where I met Sheila Matchett. Again, no coincidence. We clicked immediately. We connected. When she told me where she lived in North Carolina, She lived in the same town that I had my floral shop in. So it's meant to be. That's how I look at it. I'm going to go past this because I think it's a little long. The last year that I worked for someone else was the most difficult. I did both for a very long time. I worked really long hours. My commute was probably about 3 hours a day, dead time, so that was wasted time, but 12 hours back and forth. So I went to work when it was dark. I came home from dark, and yet I worked for someone else's dream, not mine. So it was really hard for me. So my husband said, "You're doing really good, and I'm proud of your business. So why don't you go ahead and retire early and just do this full time?" So 3 years ago, on my birthday, as a present to myself, I was able to fire my boss. I retired early and became my own boss, doing what I love to do. I just want to help people. And Rory and Tanya will tell you, I am a nurturer. It's in my DNA. It's who I am. And I was leading up to the reason why you need to know your why early in life. So those of you who don't have it, I suggest that you start looking and coming up with something. Because you'll be chasing your dreams. Life goes by so quickly, and it's too precious to spend your valuable time working for someone else's dream. You know, it's really hard, because sometimes moving forward is it's fearful, and fear outweighs change, and it's hard for some people to change. So just remember, that if you remain stagnant and miserable like I was, you just become stagnant. The true meaning in life is to find your gift. So you need to know your why, find your gift, and then give it away. I skipped a lot, and I'm just sensitive, so I'm gonna just ask for thanks. Give thanks to our Creator for guiding Rory and Tanya on this path to help those who need a solution for time and financial freedom. Rory and Tanya, I'm gonna lose it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shar.
They know you love her. You want to introduce one of them?
Thank you so much.
Well, I would, but I'm kind of, you know.
It's okay. I'm here. Well, thank you so much, Shar. Thank you so
I was
much.
going to ask you if I could do a recording and just put it on without this and lots of edits, but that didn't work so well.
Well,
But
hey, that's
you
good
know,
planning. That's good forward planning, though. So do it for next time. Put a video on your PBS. That's a great selling page, right? We're always selling ourselves.
Right.
So there you go. I just love you so much. You're such an amazing lady, and you are all heart. And I wanted to say something to you because you said you're not a speaker, but guess what? You don't have to be a leader here. You just have to have heart and love, and you have that in spades. And you show people that it's achievable because you're a real person and you're so tender and kind. And so you show people that path. And I'm very grateful to have you in my life. So thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you.
You guys, also, I want to say our leadership here is absolutely amazing. While Shar was speaking, I happened to see some of the other, especially Sheila. I saw Sheila on there cheering her on. I saw some other of our leaders here cheering on, clapping for her. It's so phenomenal that we've created this environment of love and support. And I just feel super blessed to be a part of this. So I just wanted to say thank you again to all of our MSIs, especially those I saw y'all cheering her on. So thank you guys so much for that. I love you guys. You guys, I want to welcome all the new people here. I think, Niall, how many did you say there was? Did we have like 30 people today that came on and said? I thought several in the chat as well.
24, I think it was.
Yeah, so a lot. So welcome, you guys. This is a great opportunity, and it's a great place for me to share a few things for you guys today. So I'm going to just talk about a few different things. And honestly, you guys, nothing is ever coached when our leadership give their intro. They talk about themselves and their path, their journey here. But every single time it has aligned with what I was going to talk about. And so thank you, Shar. She went right into talking about whys and goals and all the things that I'm actually going to talk about today. So I was like super excited. I'm like, yes, Shar, you go, girl. But welcome, you guys. This is for all of you guys who are looking for a path for something different. And I'm going to say, you guys, being self-employed is not for the faint of heart. Okay? It is not for the faint of heart. And as Shar alluded to a little bit, you guys, you have to be so self-dedicated, and you have to stick to a schedule. And for many people who have employee mentalities, and I don't mean that in criticism at all, but if you've worked for somebody else your whole life, you do not understand the importance of being the boss. And it's really easy when you work for somebody else to say, oh, my boss did this, my boss that. But when you're the person that's the boss and you have to take ownership for yourself, it's not as easy to stand up for that and say, hey, you know what? I didn't have a great day today. I messed up. And you guys, just a little bit for me is that I've had to, Nal explains a little bit here, but I had to run several businesses. I had to do that. I was raising 7 children with my husband, who was working madly his own, building different things and working in other things. So I had to balance a lot of things. And, I'm very blessed for my mother, who had raised 10 children. So I had that experience to go to, but also told me that, Tanya, you got to live by a schedule. It's the only way you're going to get things done. You write it down, you stick to it. And because of that, it's really shaped my path. And it's also shaped my path for achievement, because I've been able to get so much more into my day. And I always would have people ask me, how are you able to do everything? And it's just because I time block everything. And there will be trainings that I'll go more into that as well. But because I'm a grandmother of almost 4, and I am very involved in their lives. I am what you would absolutely call the matriarch of my family. am very involved with my adult children, with my grandchildren, with our businesses, and with the trainings and leadership here. The only way I'm able to do everything is because of that. So I'm going to ask you guys, for everyone who's new here, and for those of you guys who are getting plugged in, because you know what, we don't have anything like this. Nowhere else are you going to find a path that is set out for you with a system and step-by-step guidelines of how to get there. Nowhere else are you going to find a leadership in this who's actually achieving what we're teaching you how to do. We're actually walking the walk and talking the talk. We're doing exactly what we're saying. If you guys haven't read my husband's book, you need to read it, because he talks a lot about where he comes from and his whys, and it really validates who you're working with, who you're getting in business with. And I tell a lot of people there's always 3 things to look for, and I'm not going to go into those exactly specifically, except for you need to know, one of them is you need to know who you're in business with, and that is a great path to know who you're in business with. But we're actually doing what we're telling you guys to do. And we're achieving we're only achieving the way you guys are achieving. So we actually know what we're talking about. And it's a great path. There's going to be so many people that try to derail you from working for yourself. And this is what I'm going to ask you guys. Why are you here? Number 1, why are you here? Shar talked about our why. Why are you here? Everybody's here for something. You came in here looking for something. So why are you here? The second question I would say is, what are you willing to do for it? Are you willing to try something, learn something new? And there's going to be growing pains, because guess what? You're learning something new. There's going to be something you don't understand, or you think you can do it better because you've never done it before. So what are you willing to do? And the most important question, and this is truth, what are you willing to sacrifice for your why? Because everybody comes in, oh yeah, I'm gung-ho, I'm going to work, I'm going to work, I'm going to work. But when they realize there's sacrifice involved, they don't understand why they can't achieve. You have to really put your head down and work and put yourself through it. But guess what? You can achieve. You will be successful. You just have to work. Surprise, you have to work in this life. So I just want you guys to understand that's the path here. And those are the questions to ask yourself, because when times get tough and you're learning something new, and maybe some of those rough edges are getting rubbed off, you can look back to your list. I always keep it up by me and I can see, okay, this is why I'm here. So I want to talk a little bit about your turn. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it coined this way, but my priest talked about this. And so I thought it was very relevant to turning it this way, but it's your turn right now, you guys. And you do not want to miss it. It's your turn to decide where you are going. It's your turn to decide what actions you get to choose. It's your turn to decide your fate. It's your turn to decide your path. Are you going to choose the path of success, which also includes some work and some strategy, or are you going to choose the path of least resistance, if you will? You get to make a choice now. You get to decide today what you will be tomorrow. That's it, you guys. How amazing is that? You get to decide today what you will be tomorrow. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. Are you going to show up? Are you going to work hard? Are you going to put forth the effort? Are you going to try to move the obstacles to make your dream come true? It's up to you. Only you get to decide. So I love this. I love the quote from so decide is it comes from the Latin word determine, which means to cut off. There are so many other paths out there. If this is the choice you are making, which you're here, so I'm assuming you are, then cut off all the indecision. Cut off the naysayers that say, oh, you can't do it. Just because they couldn't do it doesn't mean you can't. Don't let their belief shadow and reflect on yours. Like I said, you have leaders here that are working and doing exactly this. So you can achieve this. You just have to listen to them and follow the path. And I love it because Rory says this all the time. It's a system, not a suggestion. If you do it the way it's been designed, you will get the results that you need to get. So just make sure that you guys understand that. And I wanted to say something because Shar brought this up. She talked about looking online and seeing the different things, but she was working another job. And before you know it, she ended up here. So I love to use the term cast. She cast herself as a successful entrepreneur. She cast herself there. Before she even knew that's what she was doing, she cast herself. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be successful in it. And she's worked her path to be successful. And so she decided this, and even if she didn't know she did, she decided this before she started. And she connected with her MSI, Sheila, and and she worked it and kept going until she shined herself as a leader and became her own MSI and became her own team. And that's what we have here. That's what you guys are able to do and able to become. So don't let your doubts fear shade you from this. Don't let your laziness, and you guys, I'm going to say that truthfully, don't let your laziness stop you from success. Rory and I, we talk about all the time, but we do not watch TV. You know why? Because TV doesn't pay us anything. We don't make money watching that. So we'd rather work and grow and develop ourselves and others to help them achieve. So you get to decide what are you giving up? Are you giving up the TV time so you can work at this other company that, guess what, it's going to make you successful? Or are you just want to take some time and I just need to sit and have some chill time. I hate that. I don't understand that, because you're wasting the time. And guess what? We only have a certain number of heartbeats in this life. That's it. We only have a certain number of heartbeats. Are you going to waste your heartbeats on TV? Are you going to waste it? Or are you going to connect with other people? That's what we're meant to do here in this life. So choose the path that you will stand on. I'm going to quote one of our mentors. Niall quotes him here and there too, because he's a mentor of Niall's, but Jim Rohn, he's an amazing man. He's in the next life now, but he would always say, you are the accumulative of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So pick wisely, my friends. And I'm saying this for a specific reason, because you get to decide how you change your life, and you get to decide your mindset. You get to decide if you're going to be positive today and show up for yourself or you're not. You guys, you can decide to walk away from a conversation that isn't happy. You can decide to not be those friends with that person anymore. It might be hard, but you get to decide that. Be around people who have what you want. Listen to people who are on a path that you want to be on and follow that. It may be uncomfy at first because growth is uncomfortable, but it will get you there in the end. And guess what? If you surpass your mentor, that's okay too. Then find the next one. And here's another thing. If you achieve your why, find the next one. I achieved my why. I did. I started in this industry as a young mama. I'm not a young mama. I'm a grandmother. Even though I don't look it, I like to say, because we have amazing products here. But I am a grandmother, and I work my butt off for that. So I've shifted my why, and it's okay. And sometimes you have to do that hard, deep searching to find it because it's different than what you thought it was. But once you find it, once you refocus your why, you know what you're doing and you know why you're going to show up for yourself. And when times are tough, when it's a bad day and you have to, what triple R comes from, reset, refocus, and recommit, your why helps you do that. Your why helps you stand back up for yourself and realize, okay, deep breath, this is why I'm doing it. I'm getting back in. I'm getting back in. I'm ready to go. And that's what we do it. That's what we're here for. So I want to pose a couple more questions to you guys before I bring on my husband. People would always ask me why I got into the industry of marketing. And I would always say, because I was afraid of it. That was my answer, you guys, because I was a shy little girl, young girl, and I was afraid to talk to other people. I loved to know all the facts and all that information. And I could talk then, but other than before that, I couldn't do that. I couldn't talk unless I knew everything about everything. But I was afraid of it. So I wanted to grow. And so I pushed myself out of it. So we can all do that. You have to be okay that there are going to be people out there that maybe don't like what you're doing, but you have to be okay that yourself, that you like what you're doing and you like the path you're walking on. And it's your turn to decide that for yourself. It's your turn to not put yourself on the back burner. It's your turn to be first in your life. It's your turn to show up for your family, to show up for yourself. It's your turn to decide that. I'm going to bring on my amazing husband, who this is his brainchild. He decided that he wanted to give back to people. And he told me, babe, I need 4 months to build this system. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear mom and dad hat. This is fine. I'm gonna wear it for 4 months. I can do this. And it's a joke. It's a joke now because it was way more than 4 months, let me tell you. And I was over there with children, as Niall said, running our boys to 6 different freaking football games and my daughter to dance class. And I pile them in the car with bowls of spaghetti and say, let's go. But he's achieved something amazing to help as many people as we can. And that's his goal. So Rory, would you join us, please?
Yeah, I'll join you. Let me hear. Did you want me to go over? I have some stuff to drop. I only got 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. We're going to go to the millionaire course right after this, guys. Tanya is running the Tuesday. You'll see me come on from time to time. There's a lot happening. There is so much. And you guys, I love what we've built, but the foundation is set now. We got this incredible CRM to allow us no limits. It working the way it needs to be worked to grow big teams, big organizations. And just so everybody knows, the larger your team, the more income you can make. The more people you help, the more you're going to get back in return, because that's how this all works. It's all based on paying it forward. Those who make the most are helping the most people. The way it should be. The value for what we do, and we get paid our value, but the value for us helping others. And I'm going to tell you one thing that I'm really glad that we accomplished, and it was a vision. You guys, we didn't always have the answers on where things needed to be. We knew the vision where we're going, but the things along the way, we just trusted God would lead us that way and things would fall into place. And we're there. We have such a foundation to build on. And anybody that's brand new, everything's already laid out. Everything's proven. Just run. Everybody that's been here for years, like Shar, was it, you said 6 years? It goes by so quick. But 6 years, you guys have helped us build this. They've been the pioneering behind this. You guys, there wasn't anything like this out there that I could have joined to help the world like we did, we had to create it. Unfortunately, there are not programs out there giving people hands up, and we've added so much to it. In April 20th, it'll always be a great day to remember for what happened. We launched a new CRM, reduced our overheads by a lot. We went from 450 to 220. Do everything we do, guys, to have a business that allows this type of income for $220 a month in overhead. That's less than a car payment. Let me see your car bring in money for you, right? Go drive Uber, I guess, right? This is unbelievable what we have. And now we just got to get you guys to build on the foundation, learn the skills, right? Millionaire course starts at we're gonna be done here at 5 till. At 10 o'clock Eastern on the dot, we're gonna be back in the instructor Zoom where you access that from your back office. If you've never been there before, you're welcome to come in. We're going to show you some accountability. You add yourself to the sheet. You got about 10 minutes to do that. And then anybody that has a PBS in the week period that we go on, one or more, goes into the actual course with me where we're pushing to get the 20 grand a week incomes coming in. That makes you a millionaire in a year. 20 grand a week. 20 grand a week is going to come from the following areas. This is how it's built. Do what I do, get what I get. 10 grand a week will probably come from Bella Vita. 5 grand, PBS Vortex and all the things tied to it, the wine and everything else. And then the other 5 grand will probably be the Savings Highway Global. Combination like that. 50, 25, 25. The way that we build, the way that we've proven how the consumers come in, not everybody does everything, and some people don't always just jump in and be an instructor. Some people just become great consumers or bloggers, or they take bits and pieces of what we have. It's how it goes. However, we've adapted the right things to grow. And you guys, we just do this process, right? And it's building multiple incomes. You know what? Not everybody sees it at first. I mean, we spell it right out in session 1 and session 2, but having an accountability call or an accountability partner to keep track of what you're supposed to be doing makes a difference. Actions intended to create the success of a goal left unchecked is loosely running your business. All right. Tanya and I even, we report in with Costa once a week to see what our progress is for the things we're working on. Why? Because if you don't take at least weekly tabs, you lose track of it. Every Tuesday, we're keeping tabs on things, but those that want more accountability, that's what the Millionaire course is for. Accountability. Being responsible to your peers for showing up for what you're doing for you and your team. That's what we're doing. So if you've never done that before, you guys, it's an open invitation. And then we want to get you doing the V marketing. And so as soon as you start getting at least one a week, every week you get one, you get to come to the next part of the course. And you guys, it's a process. We've committed to it. It's going to take me a while to get some people up there. Some are going to get there sooner than others because they're going to get that motion going and they're going to keep that stride going. It's what it takes. So I want to just, bring this up there. Also, I'm going to go over this. Tanya and I've gone over the story a lot because, where it happened, it was in the moment. I told her 6 months. I thought I could do it in 4. I told her 6. It took 4.5 years. And it is funny for us now, but it wasn't funny at the time. I'll put that out there. It wasn't.
It was 4 months, you said. Nice try, buddy.
I told you. I knew. I thought I could do it in 4. I asked for 6 because I thought I'll give us some buffer. I know, because I was like, I think I could do it in 4. I always push you guys. I had no idea what we were getting into. And I'm gonna state this. Actually, I think this is a really good time to do it. When you're helping people that have never been helped to build, you have to overcome a lot of things that you don't know about them and where they've been and where they're going. It takes longer. I didn't know what I didn't know. We didn't have the book. We didn't have a guide. I had to teach that stuff over and over again. And now, you guys, when we start people out and they read that book, that catches them up from what used to take years of mindset. Years. They read that book, they get caught up right where things are. You know, before that book was out, which it's going on 4 years now, I guess. Before that book was out, everybody else, I mean, Shar, she was here before the book. These are all things I'd be teaching and teaching and teaching. And then I got to put it in a book. So everything is making things faster, right? People can read that book in a few hours or listen to it in 4.5 hours and gain lots of wisdom and understanding and knowledge about the mindset for running a business. Use the tools. But you guys, when you put the energy into somebody and they actually get it and grow, it's the best. You will feel an amazing accomplishment, and you want to do it over and over again. And every student that we take from being a student that came in to learn how to do this, get them into the PBS and start walking them through session 1 and 2, that's somebody we're giving a chance to grow into something amazing here. And that's what we do as instructors. And, you know, it's amazing the people you guys, everybody is here because of a process like this. You know, we brought people in from previous decades of work, just a couple, and everything else has grown here from doing exactly what we're teaching you to do. And just glad to have everybody here. I mean, I can't wait to see where it goes. And I want to put this out there. We got a cruise coming up. Get your momentum going, because it's going to be something you earn. And having a cruise that someone else pays for, I promise you, is going to be better than when you pay for it. And everybody here can do it. You all have the resources, all the training, everything here. Everything here. All right. Wow. I'm just going to say one more thing, and then we're going to drop this off and go to the millionaire course. It doesn't matter what you've done before, where you're at. The second you came into RRR247, you gave yourself access to more. We get to give you a hand up here in a lot of ways. Be patient with the learning process. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's why we have study halls all the time. You guys, our leadership here, if you show up, they hold your hand, they help you. It's unbelievable. And that's how we built this. You know, that's why we have so many trainings, because there's a lot to teach somebody and a lot to keep on. It's going to be awesome coming up, guys. I mean, it's already amazing, but there's so many things coming. We're about to be handed a product that's going to increase our income potential. Oh, I would say 10-fold, maybe 100-fold. I'm not going in more. I see the mute buttons and they're not afraid to use them, folks. That's how much respect I get here. I'll get muted out when I get too excited. It knows. Oh, and then I hear about it after, you guys. Oh, I hear about it after. Okay. I'm just going to tell you guys that you'll hear him like Rory said, get going, get going, get going. No, I know what's coming, and you guys, soon it's going to be unveiled. More and more is going to get there, right? We're a few months away from a new product that's going to change everything. You guys, it's a product that doesn't change our overhead. It doesn't. We don't have to reinvest in shit. It's already part of what we do. Right? It's already part of what we do. It's coming from our #1 anchor offer, and we're super excited.
We're good there. We did tons of information. We love y'all. You guys have a great night. You guys get plugged into calls if you do not know what the calls are.
Hold
get
on.
plugged in. No, I'm not gonna mute you.
Hold on. I'm gonna say one more thing. I promise you're gonna wish you were doing the me marketing more or got it started before this comes out. That's my point. That's all I want to state. You know, we got ourselves in a really good position because of how we work and what we represent as a whole company, right? RRR is a big force. We're a company by ourselves. We've got the respect to know what's coming so we can get ready. And you guys, I'm working feverishly on some marketing ideas, the directions to go. You guys, I'm just telling you, get your teams going. Nothing is more fun than helping others win. And building a team to surround yourself with, to grow with, is what we get to do here. And I got to tell you, the source of happiness. I'm happy all the time, pretty much, guys. You know why? Because I'm helping others. You want to be happy? Help somebody. And that's what we get to do over and over and over here. And then the more we build our teams, when new things come out, we get to run. You guys see, we go to action fast. All right. See you guys on Saturday. We got the school call tomorrow, open house on brain food. You guys, that is coming. It's going. School launches next week. Classes start up. And you guys, we got to market like crazy. So we're going to cover all this. And Saturday will be big. And then you guys enjoy Labor Day weekend. We'll still do training on Saturday. I know we got lots to do, and it's recorded. And I promise not to bully anybody on there so that it doesn't get banned. I'll be careful. Okay. And then you guys can watch. So if you're doing Labor Day stuff, just catch the replay, right? Catch the replay. We're not doing any trainings on Monday. Normally, actually Labor Day, I think we pretty much stay off that. Tuesday is a big day. So get that out there. And I'll tell you, that founders call is going to be freaking epic. You're going to want to take a lot of notes, and you're going to want to take them fast. All right. God bless you guys in the millionaire course in 5 minutes.